I was surprised. I was pretty astonished, actually. The background here is really interesting. So Wandsworth Council was run by the Conservatives for 44 years. That's why we have the lowest council tax in the country. It's also why Labour always struggled to make a breakthrough in Wandsworth, because our residents saw that Labour-run Lambeth, Labour-run Southwark, Labour-run Merton had literally double the council tax that we used to charge in Wandsworth. And so the Labour Party knew they had a problem with residents. And so to do that, they stole our clothes and they said, if we get into power, we'll actually cut council tax by 1% when we get in. We wanted to test that, so we brought a motion holding them to their promises to say, you will cut council tax by 1% next year, as your manifesto said that you would. And astonishingly, they voted against it. I was flabbergasted.
It's a pretty stark thing to do, particularly given the symbolism of this, not only keeping Wandsworth as a low-tax council, but also being true to promises that were made to residents. Now, I suppose the Labour Party is saying that now would be the wrong time for a financial decision, that they need to wait until there's a new funding settlement from government, that they wouldn't normally set their financial policy at this point. Isn't that a valid argument?
Well, it's reasonable words, and you'd expect them to say that. I mean, there are obviously financial challenges that all councils, including Wandsworth Council, will face. You know, inflation's increasing. You just did a great piece there on rising energy prices and what might happen to interest rates. But the point is, we all knew this at the election. We knew what the inflation forecasts were going to be. We knew the pressures that some of our most vulnerable residents would come under in the next 4 years. And yet Labour made that pledge. So it's two things. Firstly, it's about trust in politics. It's about actually, if you promise things to your residents, you should deliver those. I think there's a real premium on trust in politics at the moment. And I think Wandsworth Labour are making a really big mistake here. But secondly, of course, vulnerable people should really be protected as we go further into this cost of living situation. And it just so happens that Wandsworth Conservatives have left Wandsworth Labour with a golden legacy. We've got £400 million in reserves. We're debt-free as a council. We spend no money on debt interest. We can protect the vulnerable and also cut council tax.